Okay, we are back at it. We're going to get some logs stripped today of the bark and hopefully get some more blocks set, and we'll see how we get along. Okay, as you can see, we've got the first row in. They are all sitting basically level where they are. I am going to pull these back up before the final set. Put some sand down just to do some of the real fine work on getting each block completely level. A couple videos ago, I showed you guys how much even just a little bit off level up here at the top corner, which is the highest corner. Even a little off level there down to our bottom corner, the lowest, makes a huge difference. So we've got the first row set, and we're just going to keep on chugging along.
Bing line.
So what I've been doing is setting the block basically right where I want it. And then with the shovel, I give myself about a 2-inch buffer. I just chop down just to get below the sod because I want the blocks to be sitting on dirt and then sand. I don't want grass and roots underneath it that will then decompose, and then it'll definitely shift the blocks even without the freeze-thaw cycle.
Ah, oh, oh. It almost fell off. Give it, mosquito.
After that, I take the shovel and just loosen up that top layer of dirt, and then get down with my hands and smooth it out and get a pretty good feel for what level is. Put the block on, try it out. Back and forth until I got it right. Okay guys, it's starting to take shape. Got that first full row in. Got the row in for the west wall. And then got the southeast corner and the one next to it. So having these in has really letting me envision the cabin a lot better. Taking that corner out is going to actually make the cabin quite a bit smaller, but I think we'll be okay with it. Especially because, you know, like I've said in other videos, the dream is to get that bigger building and put it over there where Thomas is almost finished up stripping that log. That's been a little more labor intensive than either of us anticipated. We got a fire going early. One, to kind of keep the bugs down, but then we're also going to do some charring on that log, but it's getting late enough and he's not quite done. I don't think we'll char it tonight, but we've at least got one log stripped, and that one log, again, so on top of each of these blocks is going to sit a chunk of that charred log. And so we'll cut each one to custom height using our laser level so that the skids will actually sit on top of the log chunks. Once we get those ready, I'll kind of demonstrate. And then we'll secure those chunks and probably to the skids, and then we'll probably run an anchor or two on the building itself. But mostly I just want to take a break from digging, to be honest with you. It's really not too awful bad, but it's just kind of monotonous work to get it all dug and then get it leveled out. And especially these smaller blocks, not so bad. They're pretty easy to move around, but these bigger blocks, they're heavy. And so to flop them in and out is kind of a pain. But I'm going to see if I can't get a couple more set before I run out of daylight. Okay, so we got most of the blocks in. We've got 5 left to put in, and I only have 2 here. I do have a few others from another project at a different site, so I'm going to bring those next time. We'll set those, and then we'll go to charring our log. We measured it out. We're probably short about another half log. So we'll probably say 2/3 of the way there on stripping the logs, and then we'll char them and go to cutting them. But now that the blocks are here, I want to try and re-explain the floor plan a little bit. You guys have seen the schematic that I hand drew. But basically, as I'm standing right here, is going to be under the roof, but it's just going to be dirt for now. And then there's going to be a couple steps up, and then this will be the door into the cabin proper. So the cabin's going to go, what's that, probably about 12 feet by 10 feet. So it's going to be a 12 by 10 essentially. But then back here is also going to be part of the cabin, and it'll be a little nook. Probably put like our sawdust toilet back there, and then just some other storage. And then the rest of the floor plan, we're just going to have to feel it out as things come together. I was thinking wood stove on the north wall, to take it out a gable end. I don't want to take it out an eave, just in case we get some bad ice or heavy snow and slides down and takes out my flue. And then kind of right in front of me will be a small table and a nice big window out onto the campfire and the cabin site. And then maybe along the back wall, I'm thinking countertops. That'd be where the sink is. Put a couple windows on those walls. But hopefully that makes it a little bit more clear of what the cabin, at least in my brain, is going to look like. Like I said before, cutting that corner out is going to make the cabin quite a bit smaller, but I think we can live with it, especially with this cabin and again, hopefully get a bigger cabin at a later date. But we are not far from laying skids, slapping the floor down, and then popping walls up. Like I said, the build phase, once I get the skids set to where they're all nice and level, things should cruise pretty quick, as long as I've got materials on hand, which I think I do. But I think we're going to call it a day now. Thomas got his log peeled. I've got a few more blocks set. Like I said, we didn't get the log charred tonight, but that's okay. We'll get to it next time. But I think we'll sign off. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.